Okay, back with this Biomutant. Actually, instead of doing this, let's just straight fast travel. Okay, why can't I? Oh, that's how you zoom out. Is this the return to out of date? Yes, it is. Stop. So now we don't have to fight the remaining tribes because they surrendered basically. Because I'm guessing because we had too much numbers now at this point. So now, oh, I gotta level up. I said I'm gonna go to
Feeling buff.
200. So let's hit 200.
Be careful down here. Easy to get trapped.
Okay, fair to say. This is nice. Back to the Millennium Falcon. Let's see.
Out of date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand. The last World Eater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war. He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the World Eaters before resolving the tribe war. Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over.
Yes.
Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough. You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last World Eater. The future depends on someone with a light perspective to give the world a chance to survive. Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end. Out of Date says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet. He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately, he's had urgent news from his friend Wiz in the northwest. He's unsure about your intentions, but hopes you'll support Wiz. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Wiz and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you.
So the last
That
World
doesn't
Eater.
sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The Merc Puff is up next. Out of Date says that Wiz is worried now that the Northwest World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Wiz is working on an undersurf vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Undersurf? Are we gonna get a submarine?
Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He's happy to help.
Bye!
Hopes to see you again soon.
Sure. I'll see you again soon. Let's go take a look at Wung Fu stuff now. Range combat. Try boomerang. Oh, man. Oh. That's sick. Circle, square, R2. Huh. Let's try close combat. Crush is full. Oh, that's insane. No, I don't want unarmed. Ooh, whoops. Okay, so we can use this. Your chance increased by 1 point. Okay, that's a really good one. While what? In combat, okay. With 15%, that's huge. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. That's all we can get. Okay, and we're actually gonna change our helmet. I can't. Look at that. Come on. That's sick. That mask one is... See, this one's also sick. Let's honestly just go with this. Okay, so we have a new shoulder plate we can use. Okay. We could do the crib basket. I think we leave it off. I think that's nice. That's good for now. And then we're gonna go to the map. And we're gonna... Is this where we need to go? Wiz, yes. So let's... We're actually already the closest place to it, so... There it is. So now we're gonna go visit Wiz. We're gonna do stuff for Wiz. He's gonna give us... I'm gonna guess it's like a submarine.
Don't look that beastie in the sears.
Look him wherever the frick I want. You know what? I think I went the... well, that's okay. It'll make its way around if I remember. So now I'm guessing we're gonna have to deal with the ice. Because we really haven't dealt with cold yet. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm curious now, like, what's the... So is the end game now this close? Like, I'm curious if this is gonna end this episode now. Oh my god, he made it.
You found Snodesburg. Such a neat village.
Piss. It's good to just
Let's
piss
see.
here and then... Boop.
Let's see.
What? Can we go there? No. It's a nice little village. Man, we're still super far away. What? Something tells me we should follow the tracks.
Don't distract this beastie. It's working.
I wasn't even...
You've discovered Fanaki leaves, the densest jungle in the land. Better get hacking.
No. Leave me alone.
Another quarrel spot. Back in the days, there were things here. Now, it's all gone. Get out of it.
This is, the aim on this guy is really precise. Like, that's not hitting him for some reason. That didn't even hit him. This ends here. There you go.
This story needs a hero.
That was weird that I had to go up to him and hit him first. I thought he was gonna be Nope. I thought he was gonna be aggressive right off the bat. No, we don't need that stuff. Every time I see this type of like forest and wasteland now, it kind of reminds me of like a Days Gone vibe. Takes a bit of maneuvering to get there.
That's a chug hut. Probably no chug-chugs in it, but you never know. Knock it all around.
Baseball.
Your key energy is too low.
Damn. Nice. Now it's just the flyers and that one other big guy. Kind of right in the face. You, bro? I've never seen that.
You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is.
I see some gold. Oh. The heck did this guy come from? Anyways. Continuing. Like the guys that were here for one mission. It's on that side of the water. Luckily, there's a bridge. Nope. What are you? There you go. Oh, it's another
This is an
PSI point.
epic already. How it ends is up to you.
Darken the world? Well, we've arrived to Wiz. What am I hearing? It's not that thing. Oh, it might have been my guy. I could basically walk the rest here. So we found Wiz's bunker.
The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see.
Let's see. Alright, let's go look for Wizzy. Maybe he's taken one. Ha! Oh, that's sick.
Well, what do you know? Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go. But says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths.
Tell me about my childhood.
It was a tragedy, but also sad that you chose to leave. It's a miracle you made it on the outside on your own. That land is harsh, they say. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course.
And I'm ready to forgive.
Ultimately, it's your choice. You were the one to be wronged and have lived with the consequences. He believes in consequence as it's a direct result of action.
Come toward the light.
On my way. I'm good right here.
Slow down. Why would you rush in?
When you see what you want, why wait?
Well, what about being careful?
Pah! Poppycock! Full speed ahead!
That's something Dark would say, not Light.
Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate?
We can't control fate.
Maybe that's true for you, but he's not so sure about his own fate. Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent.
You're definitely
Impressed
getting a
that you
seat.
fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the Myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem. Says they're unified in the ways that matter. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths. But there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-go in. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up mecha Fingro in the mecha stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister.
Mecha Fingro?
It's definitely made to lend a helping hand and do the heavy lifting. Toxinol records mention it as an automaton made for moving bionucleus matter into storage areas.
Okay. Hawkeye. That was, so weird.
Look at
Oh,
the
let's do that.
notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Wiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A surge surf factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is. The thicker the surf became with goo, the more the machinery clogged up and stopped working. Like most things from the bygone. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore.
That's sick. It's a chess table, but looks like it's mechanized. Okay, so
It's
we
getting lighter out.
yeah, we got out of the cave. Oh my god. See how Alright, this seems like it's gonna be a big arena battle. Oh man, am I going not the right way? Oh.
Impressed you found that, despite all the goo. This place has held power for a long time. In many ways, it still does. That would require cleaning up all the goo. Glad you found that track. There's a lot to learn about this world, both here and beyond.
Oh, this is side quest complete. Alright. Guys, I was like, what the heck is going on? Okay, we can do this. We can do this.
An old home. Could be something to it.
So, let's...
This beast can move.
I know. Been using them almost all game.
That's the hut. Wonder if there's anything still inside.
Hahaha. Alright. Ooh. Oh. Alright. How is he still in the barrel? Where the heck is this guy going? Nice.
Never thought you need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. You really put a spin on it. You can't really understand your story till it's done.
God. Interesting. Alright. Good news is now we can fast travel back to Wiz, but... Nice, nice, nice. This guy's way faster.
You found a bric-brac that's not
Oh.
absolutely flat.
Oh, man. I dodged! That dodge. He's down. Full hat?
Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecha Stadium is near here.
Is this like a big football stadium or a soccer stadium or something?
Need the right key?
Huh.
Needs a key.
Are you shitting me?
We all share the same destiny.
Find a way to open the door.
Destruction or survival.
Oh, I see something I'm gonna need. Oh, hi. What do you
need
lead
to
to?
line up the switches so they match.
They don't match though.
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it.
Oh, this one's a little... Oh, it has a little white... I don't actually see the white thing on this one, though. There you go. I think that's where it was. I couldn't quite see it.
That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too.
What? No. No way. No way.
Daytime is a good time to be outside.
No way. Oh, no way. Well, obviously, I'm just gonna fast travel there. You're on a mount. I think I could just do this, right? I hope so. Yeah, okay, I do have it.
He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick.
I'm slick.
Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out.
Of course he is.
He knows his old friend Choo Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the Wiz heard he's currently stranded at the end of the line, so it should be easier to track him down now compared to when he's running rails.
And how far? Oh. Let's see if there's anywhere on the map. Is that it?
The heavy stuff won't come down for a while yet.
On the road again. Oh, I can actually level up. Yeah, because we're gonna hit 200 now, so might as well do that. Also go to perks, general. Now let's get a movement speed. I know you. Bye. Nope. Little bridge here. Nice little hot air balloon. Actually, real
Time
quick.
to upgrade your clothes. This is high fluting, and there's an upgrade bench floating up there. Let's see.
Oh.
Peddler is eager for you to have a look at.
Oh, they're expensive. Oh, a panda bear. Wow, this is all really expensive though.
Wonder where we can get some ride shoes for the mount.
That's funny. Can we just take a little trip? Yes, we can.
There's Vungo's place, a den of disrepute.
Oh, look what I found. We gotta put our PSI points into something soon. Looks like there's a little path at least. Wow, look at this. So we need to, because it's more on a lower platform, so. Oh, ow. So I'm guessing, so he said he deals with the trains, so it's gotta be like a train yard.
You're in charge of that mount. Act like it.
Well, I am. Yarp Fields. I see like a church. Good bridge.
You've reached the end of the line. Bet you can find Choo-Choo here.
No, it is a railway station. Ah, there's Choo-Choo. Oh.
Let's see. Choo-Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow the steel path. The rails might be getting rusty, but eventually they all converge on him.
So why do you ride the rails?
Claims rails are like rules. If you follow them the way you're supposed to, everything good in life can roll your way. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path. Whichever way you go, he wants you to know that the rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on?
I think I'm on the right
Likes your
track.
sureness, the way you keep at it like a chug-chug with no way to reverse. Seems like the world came out of its rut and is chugging toward higher ground again. Can't thank you enough for hitting the brakes and working to turn the world chug around. But let's not get derailed. Says he's surprised to see anyone this far out, but sometimes the wrong train does take you to the right station. As you can see, he didn't plan to make a stop here, but now that he had to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is Choo-Choo.
I know.
He's been off track since the world started dying, but he's trained his mind to stay positive regardless of the situation.
I'm gonna say the rails don't go every. No, I'm not gonna piss him off.
Says sometimes life runs off the rails, but it's always better when they're good and greased. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked, and needs a new wing nut to get back on
Oh
track.
my god.
Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugger-chugger out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him.
I could give it a
Says
shot.
he knew you would, like he knows the way the rails run.
God fucking. Oh!
Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Wired up and ready to go.
That's kind of sick. Oh my goodness. I got new pants out of that. Dude, you're in the fucking goo. Let's get out of there!
Let's get that mount moving while the getting is good.
Spawned in the goo. Not my fault. So interesting stuff. So like I'm just my head's wrapped around what happens. Stop it. What happens after this? And damn. Like after the last World Eater, do we just fly off to space endgame?
The wing nut chug tunnel. It goes on forever.
Does it though?
Loot.
Loot! Can I lift this up?
Oh, painful.
And bam! Well, like...
Just listen. You might hear something important. Not just from me.
How do we... Oh, definitely not that way. Is there a rope I'm missing? There's gotta be some sort of rope I'm missing. Nice, I actually need medkits. Oh, maybe I'm on the...
Nailed it. Better than nothing.
It's true. Oh, you're another one.
Nice shot.
How's he not dead? Oh, I can go through this.
At least you're not coming out of this empty-handed. Give your eyelights a chance to adjust to the dawn.
Okay. Easy, easy, easy. What am I at right now? Okay. So I probably won't be able to fight the Huff Murkpuff. Are you kidding me? So that's correct. That's also correct. That's correct. Oh, nice. So we don't have to go all the way back. Oh, okay, sweet. Did we get the wing net? Return. Yes, we did. If I would have fallen. Okay, so now we're going to fast travel. Return to Wiz. And then, I guess, next episode, possibly one of the last?
Choo-Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason. But he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck.
Oh, thanks, man. Can I ride the train?
He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency.
On the handcar?
It's on the cart. He wants to keep it close by. In general, you won't have much time to act in case of an emergency. Choo-Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open.
That seems fair. You don't need to do that. Seems fair.
Seems glad you think so. You're on the right rail. Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out.
That's all for now.
So, says you covered the important things already.
What? Why does it do...
You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo-Choo has no use for it now. Choo-Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself. Says fate is like the rails. They lead in certain ways, and you can only fight that for so long if you want to get anywhere. Choo-Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be, and no rails needed.
It's fast. It can go anywhere.
Needs no rails, no roads, nothing but air. The world's on the mend, so no need to leave it. But just think of all the places the Ark could take you. Says he's happy to see the Ark in your hands. Knows you'll go great places with it and do some good. Wonders who you might call aboard the Ark with you.
So, What we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Oh. I think I have 2 seats left. But I already know who one of them is going to go to. It's going to go to Wiz. And this guy can fix trains. I'm actually going to try to decline. I'm going to go
The
decline.
conscious choice to be alone means you won't miss anyone.
The thing we're really missing here is someone with compassion. You just seem to have passion. For yourself.
The world would be a better place if we were left alone to handle it. Then we'd only have to talk to ourselves, and that's how you get the good answers.
Well, anyone in their right mind would agree you're better off on your own. Let's hope the ark carries you all the way there.
Hopes you figure out someone better to ride the Ark with you, if that's possible.
Sorry, Choo-Choo.
Choo-Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. So, says you covered the important things all...
Can I ride this? No. Okay, let's quickly go talk to Wiz, and then we'll leave this one here. Or let's go in front of Wiz, and we'll start the new one. So we'll get to Wiz here. Before we talk to him, I think I'll end it. I'll save it for next time. So, Wiz, I'll talk to you.
It's time to create your own path.
That's right. On the next one.